Hello, my friends. Today, I'd like to offer you an enriching experience to help you adapt to this new virus, the one humanity currently meets. Any living being can be affected by a virus. There are bacteria viruses, plant, algae or fungi viruses, animal viruses, of course, and even viruses. Viruses have most probably existed since the dawn of time, since the great primary soup that gave birth to life. They're not really alive, at least not like the life we usually know. They're more like little lines of code, pieces of a program, like in computer science, remaining from primitive times when life was formed. It's even possible that viruses were the first DNA organisms, the reminiscences of our very distant ancestors, in a way. So, ever since life has existed, most of these little pieces of code have found a place and a function, but some others are still seeking. There are viruses everywhere in life. Look, for example, there are approximately 1,000 trillion viruses in the ocean. If you make an average, it goes to 10 million viruses per millimeter of seawater. Just to give you an indication of this number, if you could join end to end all these little viruses, they would form a line that would extend beyond the 60 nearest galaxies. And yet, we're not talking about a big virus. All these lovely little things play a role, very important, in the ocean's carbon cycle. You know how important it is to us, that. And every second, there are about 1 million billion viral infections in the ocean. Every second. 1 million billion viral infections like the one we are meeting now, playing a major positive part in the evolution and maintenance of marine biodiversity. And do you know what your body is mostly made of? Water, yes. The fluid in your cells is even very close to the seawater that gave birth to life billions of years ago on our planet. That's incredible, isn't it? All this in you. Let's consider that there are naturally, in your body, 1 million billion viruses. It's 100 times more viruses than cells. Yes, 100 times more. And all these little things also play a major part in the way your body functions. These tiny things help you live. Without the viruses, you would not be here. In fact, more than 8% of the human genome is derived from retroviruses. In a way, we are all relatives. I'd like to show how most of the time a virus is very positive. A virus capable of harming you is an exception. You could almost say that it don't do it on purpose, as it's not alive, just a bit of a program. It's actually the meeting between you and this particular virus that can go wrong, but it shouldn't be that way. Every day, all year, and permanently, when you are in good shape, you're carrying in you, it's an average, more than 10 types of viruses responsible for systemic, chronic viral infections. And that doesn't cause you anything special. No symptoms. See? For humans, of the 3,060 species of virus we know, only a little more than 3% are pathogenic, able to harm us. And why then? Well, as I told you, I feel like it's only because these little bits of life code haven't found their function yet, their usefulness. Or maybe we don't know what to do with them. In short, for the moment, we are not reciprocally compatible. This particular virus and us, it doesn't match. It's like a false note. We are not well tuned. You know, it's like we say for the weeds of the garden. What is a weed? Just a herb that no one has found useful yet. That's all. So how could we help the virus we encounter today find its place? And conversely, how do we harmonize with it so that it's treated properly by our body? You know that viruses use the large cellular machinery of your body to reproduce inside your cells. Then it would be difficult to remove this virus and at the same time avoid eliminating the cell, this little piece of you. And you can't kill a virus, you know, since it's not really alive, a piece of code, like in a computer. So it'd be tempting to want to protect yourself, in one way or another, to isolate yourself. But even if you succeeded perfectly, then your body still wouldn't know what to do with this virus next time you cross it. Would be a good solution, a one-time closed door, but not a key for the future. The best thing would be to teach your body what to do with this virus, what to do with this little piece of code circulating. Actually, it's like when you get a vaccine. Your body learns to become familiar with a newcomer, putting it in his database and building an adapted reaction. If the piece of code is not useful or suitable for your balance, your body will throw it out of the house and block it as soon as it arrives in the future. And we never know. Maybe one day the intelligence of our body will find the usefulness of this little piece of code, the potential collaboration, future, just like with the countless viruses that we already host and that help us live. So let's do that, okay? Ready? Learning to adapt to a new virus will always be useful. Because viruses, these little lines of codes of life, wherever they come from, these little things often change, they mutate, simply because they multiply very quickly, over and over again. And sometimes errors occur in this replication, inevitably. So the basic code can be modified, and your body, even if it's learned to process the original code, may not recognize the modified code, the mutation. It will take this as a new virus, and it will no longer know what to do with it. So let's see how to speed up the adaptation of your body to these little lines of code, these little lines circulating in life. We do hypnosis, so of course you won't act physically, but with your mind. We won't try to do anything physical, but provide psychological support, helpful, besides everything you'll do physically, all health precautions, medical treatment, and so on. All that is very important. This session just comes to help and to complement. Okay? Unity is strength. Everything is good, body and mind. The two are close allies. So, to do what we'd like to do, the easiest would be to have a model, someone who has already successfully cured this virus, to provide us with instructions. And of course, this model already exists, Only one person is needed, but there are already tens of thousands. The information for this solution is already distilled in the vast cloud of our collective unconscious. So let me tell you a story in order to understand better what you're going to do. Imagine a cloud in the big sky of life, casting a shadow on the earth. This cloud formed the virus. That's what the shadow is about. And as long as this shadow hadn't touched humans, everything was fine. But it happened, and since then, the shadow has spread everywhere on our planet. As I explained to you at the beginning, the shadow is not bad in itself. After all, it's just light, blocked by the cloud in the sky. If we manage to send light from below, some light coming from the earth, the cloud would be caught between two lights, the one from the sky and ours, and the cloud would eventually dissipate. And it has already started, with the tens of thousands of recoverings, as many small lights having touched and weakened the cloud. And you, standing under the shadow of the cloud, you can just imagine these little lights. They come from the sun's place, from the very place where it rises every morning, bringing hope even after the darkest night. Of course, the sun will come to us, but we just want it to happen faster, sooner. Help the light come to us. Then, you've got all the items you need. You know that the virus is a piece of code that your body cannot yet process. You know that your body will eventually learn, but we can teach it faster. And then it'll know what to do, just like it goes with a vaccine. We must give it this solution to let it respond quickly and very well in the event of an encounter, today or in the future. You know also that tens of thousands of people have managed to create a solution that can now benefit everyone, a beautiful light. And finally, you know that there's a cloud, sort of a mass hiding the full light and creating this shadow over us. When all the ingredients are in place, the solution becomes very simple. Just direct the light beam of your consciousness towards the rising sun, towards this light of hope. Take a deep breath and fill yourself with this beautiful light, so healing. And when you breathe out, release this light in you and around you, here at home. There you go. And go back to look for more light. Again. Inhale. Just go at your own pace, not necessarily following me. Lots of light, fullness. There it is. Recenter yourself, here and now, and let this light spread all inside you, in the present and for the future. See how your house begins to radiate all over. Light starts to be visible throughout the windows. Come on. Do it again. Some more light. Focus your light beam to east again, the hope of the rising sun, and fill yourself very well with good light, and bring it back here. Here you go. Very, very good. Perfect. Can you feel how good it makes you feel? Let's keep up then the light beam of your consciousness towards the healing light. Breathe in it deeply, like an armful of light, to bring it with you, inside you, here. Breathe out. Just release everything in you and everywhere around you. There. Now everything at home is full of light, and it overflows in the neighborhood. Imagine your light reaching now the neighbors, who also start to shine, all luminous too. It works. Go get some more light. You will illuminate your whole city. Breathe in. There you go. Perfect. And bring it back here. Breathe out or spread deep within you and everywhere around. You know that a simple candle can pierce the deepest darkness, while a shadow, even the gloomiest, has no effect upon the simple flame of a candle. So imagine a huge light like yours. Imagine what it does to the cloud above, the thingy that blocked the light from the sky and made the shadow, huh? While I'm talking to you, keep collecting light eastwards, towards sunrise. Breathe in, take it with you, and bring it back, all inside you, all over, at home, in your neighborhood, the whole city, and the country. Target the shady places, the most obscure areas, of course. Okay, I'll let you go on. So yes, the cloud above. Can you now see it disintegrate? All these rays of light, the one coming from east and the one you're adding in you and everywhere around you. How it shines, all these lights. You know that even if it were only a simple candle, the light generated could still multiply endlessly. How many candles can you light with a single candle? Eh? And you can imagine those close to you, even your neighbors, people in your city, all of them illuminating, maybe even the whole country that lights up. All this light spreading more and more, dazzling. What do you want this cloud above to do? It crumbles and the shadow weakens, fades. The light of the sky ever begins to pass through, and every person affected by this shadow finally feels light again. It is a gesture, a movement, a collective one. You're a part of it. Just like each person who heals, each little conscience of humanity who took its share of shade and who seeks to make it a light. Isn't this our role? Since always, here, more and more light. It's perfect. very, very well. Bravo! It's a beautiful gesture, what you're doing here. After all, isn't it the best way to protect yourself? That there is no longer danger at all? No more shade? Yep. Helping everyone to transform their shadow into light. To also illuminate your own shadows and feel this new light in you. What are you gonna do now? You can feel that the light has spread, also thanks to you, and that you're now well protected. Well, keep breathing this way, automatically. Don't think about it anymore. Just wish it to continue, even after this experience, while you do what you want with your days, during the nights, and your dreams. Inhale the light and let it blow. Spread around you, in you, everywhere. And you have nothing special to do for that, since you launched this process. Just the desire, the intention that it continues to work like that. And behind the scenes, the idea of that cloud up there somewhere that dissolves more and more, that turns also into light. Is that okay with you? Everything's good? You know how to keep everything going automatically now. Well, you just need now to open your eyes again. Move your toes a little, your nose and your ears. Lie down if you want. Maybe smile. Look around and go back to your activities. Thank you.